Listen up, England. You think you know drama? You think Man United's circus or Chelsea's constant meltdowns are the peak of controversy? You haven't seen anything yet. I'm speaking to you straight from Brazil, and what I'm about to reveal is going to make any real fan's blood boil. There's an absolute bombshell being hidden from you in Europe, and it has nothing to do with tactics, injuries, or technical criteria. It's about corruption, fear, and the systematic destruction of the greatest player of our generation for dirty political reasons. We're talking about the end of proper football in exchange for votes. It's an absolute shambles. You all know Neymar. To many over there, he's just the genius who lost his way. But for us here in Brazil, what's happening right now is a crime against the sport and our history. Neymar is absolutely flying at Santos. Forget that rubbish about him being washed up. The man has found his 2015 fitness again. He's hitting a level we haven't seen in years. But he's not going to the World Cup. And I'm going to tell you exactly why, eye to eye. Carlo Ancelotti, the man you lot respect as an elite gaffer, sat down for dinner with the current president of Brazil. And at that dinner, the fate of Brazilian football was sealed not by a manager, but by a politician who's scared of his own shadow. The real reason? Neymar committed the unforgivable sin of backing the current government's rival. He supported the man the establishment hates, ex-President Bolsonaro. And in a presidential election year in Brazil, those in power are panicking about one thing: if Brazil wins the World Cup with Neymar as the hero, his image will boost the opposition. The current president, we all know who he is, knows his popularity is in the gutter. He knows the people are rioting in the streets. And he doesn't want Neymar, the icon who stood up to the system, to be the face of the sixth star. It's a moral bottle job like you've never seen. It's politics using the Silicao as a propaganda tool while the real fans are being taken for fools. Imagine the state of things in your country. Imagine if the British Prime Minister called up the England manager and said, "Don't take Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham because they backed the wrong party." You burn London to the ground. You'd be calling for everyone's head. But here, Ancelotti seems to have bowed down to the establishment. He started using the president's exact words. The president says only those at 100% go. In the same week, Ancelotti repeats the same line like an echo. Coincidence? In Brazil, coincidence is just another word for blatant corruption. The Brazilian press is fuming, the country is split down the middle, and the fans, whether they support Santos, Flamengo, or Palmeiras, want the best on the pitch. But the system has decided that Neymar's image is too dangerous for those who want to stay on the throne. This kills the soul of the game. English football has always been about merit, about the warrior who leaves his lungs on the hallowed turf. But what we're exporting to the world now is controlled football, futebol de cabresto. Ancelotti is being an accomplice in a plan to sideline our biggest talent because of a ballot box. It's pathetic. And the chaos goes even deeper. The rival Neymar supported is in prison, but his son, Flavio Bolsonaro, is leading the polls and threatening the current government. There's total panic in the corridors of Brasilia. They know a successful World Cup, with Neymar lifting the trophy, would be the final blow to this government's popularity. So, believe it or not, they'd rather see Brazil lose the cup as long as Neymar isn't the national hero. Can you even grasp the madness of that? We're destroying the DNA of football for cheap political marketing. It's laboratory football at the highest level of filth. I grew up watching the England of 2002. You had heroes who didn't apologize for who they were. We had heroes who played for honor. Nobody asked who David Beckham was voting for before he tucked away that legendary free kick against Greece. What mattered was the standard, the excellence, the national pride. But these absolute muppets running Brazil today don't respect the badge. They respect power. And Ancelotti, who should be the guardian of excellence, has become just another admin clerk for a political project. The mainstream media in Brazil is trying to hush it up, saying Neymar is unstable or it's technical choice. Total codswallop. If it were technical, Neymar's name would be the first one on the list, written in gold ink. What we're witnessing is a public lynching of an athlete because of his political beliefs. It's a shambles that shames anyone who loves the Fajoga Bonito. And I'm here, in this yellow shirt, to scream what nobody on the radio or TV has the guts to say: Brazilian football died the moment a political dinner menu decided who wears the number 10. You lot in England need to know that Brazil is being hijacked. The national team doesn't belong to the people anymore, it belongs to the establishment. And if you think this couldn't happen in the Premier League, open your eyes. Where politics enters, excellence dies. The wall is coming down, and the truth is going to run over these career politicians who think they can boss the ball around. The revolt on the streets of Brazil isn't just about football, England. It's about an icon's freedom to be himself. What's happening here is a shambles that you lot in the UK can barely wrap your heads around. Imagine your local pub, imagine Anfield or Old Trafford boiling over, not because of some tactical tweak, but because the government decided who can or can't score for the nation. The Brazilian fans are livid. The country is split in half because we can all see the lie being manufactured in real time. They try to sell us that Neymar isn't fit, but anyone with eyes can see what he's doing at Santos. He isn't just playing, he's taking the mickey out of defenses. He's found that magic the world has been missing. But to the establishment, his talent is an electoral threat. Let's talk numbers, but not goals. Let's talk votes. This year, 2026, is an election year in Brazil. The World Cup happens just 2 months before the people head to the polls. And here's the political bottle job: the current president, Lula, is watching his popularity fall apart. The polls show the people want change. And who's the face of that change? The son of Lula's biggest rival, Flávio Bolsonaro, who's leading the race. Now, think about the cold logic of these muppets running the show. If Brazil wins the cup, the country goes into ecstasy. If Neymar, the biggest public ally of the Bolsonaro family, lifts the trophy and dedicates it to the people who want change, the government collapses the next day. They are terrified of Neymar being linked to national success. They'd rather see the Silicaro fail than see Neymar triumph. It's tactical and moral cowardice that kills the soul of our sport. And what about Carlo Ancelotti? The man we all called Mr. the Genius who conquered Europe. He came to Brazil promising to bring back excellence, to bring back proper football. But what we saw was an elite man bowing down at a political dinner. When Ancelotti accepts orders from a president who openly hates Neymar, he loses his authority as a gaffer. He becomes just another bureaucrat. At Real Madrid, he'd never let the Spanish president pick his 11. Why is he taking it here? Is the glitz and the comfy job worth sacrificing his integrity? The brave parts of the Brazilian press are calling it the great betrayal. Ancelotti is binning his legacy to be the right-hand man of a power trip that hates our best player. You lot in England value loyalty. You value a player who stands up to be counted. Neymar did that. He didn't hide. He said what he thought, he backed who he believed in, and now he's paying the highest price a footballer can pay, being banned from fighting for his country on the biggest stage on earth. Is that fair? Is it right to use the world's biggest tournament to hunt down an athlete over a voting card? The silence from FIFA and international bodies about this blatant political interference in Brazil is a total shambles. Football should be the last bastion of meritocracy, but in 2026 Brazil, it's become the front line for censorship. The mess is massive. The country is torn between those who love the game and those who want to use it as a tool for control. If Neymar is left out, as it seems that the system has already decided, the World Cup starts with an oil slick on the pitch. We Brazilians are looking to you in England, in the home of the Premier League, hoping you'll see the truth. Don't buy the official narrative. Don't believe them when they say there are better options. There aren't. A 70% Neymar is better than any of these robots the system wants to put in his place. This is an attempt to erase an icon to protect a politician. I'm asking you, what would you do? If the best player in modern English history was banned from the squad because he had dinner with the leader of the opposition, would you stay quiet? Would you accept the standard of the team being dragged down because of a row in Westminster? I know you wouldn't. The English fan has fire in his veins. And that's why I'm here, exposing the guts of this Brazilian rot. We need excellence. We need war on the pitch, not deals made over fancy dinner tables. The verdict is in. If Neymar doesn't go to the cup, it won't be because of his knee or his ankle. It'll be because a politician's fear is bigger than the love for the sixth star. Ancelotti has a choice now: be remembered as the manager who stood up to the system and went for the hexa, or be the man who handed over the dignity of Brazilian football on a silver platter to people who only care about votes. History is being written right now, and it reeks of betrayal. Let me know what you think. I want this debate to kick off. Do you think politics has any place in the dressing room? Would you stand for this in the Premier League? I'm the Guardian, I'm the Brazilian who won't accept mediocrity, and I'll keep standing here, bringing the truth they want to bury. Because at the end of the day, football belongs to us, the fans, not the absolute muppets who think they can boss our passion. Stay tuned, because the wall of lies is about to come crashing down.